Welcome to 15-Minute Theatre, the only review show that squeezes a whole production into 900 seconds. The date is Thursday, the 5th of September, 2024, and we've just been to see Book of Mormon. Open the house. Hello, Pamela.
Hello, James.
Hello, how are you doing today? You good?
I'm very good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm brilliant, thank you. All the better for speaking to you. So thank you for coming back on the show. It's been a couple of years since we last heard from you. What was the last thing you went to see?
We went to see Heathers was the last one.
Right, okay. Yeah, that god-awful thing. You quite liked it though, didn't you?
It was. I did enjoy it.
All right, but we're not here to talk about Heathers. And we're not here to talk about the past. We're here to talk about what's happening right now. And that is the Book of Mormon. So before we get into it, let me just give you a few facts about it. It's written by Matt Stone and Trey Parker and Robert Lopez. Choreography by Casey Nicholaw. Designer Scott Pask. Directors Trey Parker and Casey Nicholaw. It's at the Prince of Wales Theatre. It runs for two and a half hours, including the interval. And it featured Blair Gibson as Elder Price, Connor Pearson as Elder Cunningham, and Aviva Toleli as Labalungi. So, let's get right into it. What did you think of it?
I really enjoyed it. It was a really. It's very different. It's not your stereotypical musical that you would go to see. It's I think personally it's quite modern in the sense that it concentrates a lot on shock humor, which I find quite refreshing and a very new, different take on theatre and comedy, which you might not have seen maybe 20 years ago.
Did you have any expectations going in? Did you know anything about it?
No, the only thing I knew was that it had been made by the same people who made South Park, which is a very similar sense of humour to obviously what the musical had. So that was the only thing I knew about it. I didn't do any other research into it other than that. And I think it was the best way to watch it, to be honest, because then it made it a lot funnier and a lot more entertaining.
Yeah, absolutely. I really liked it. I've seen it before when it came out, probably about 15 years ago. I don't know how long it's been running, a long time anyway, 10 years probably. But it does rely on being shocking. Obviously, we're not going to go into the details of the shocks because we don't offend people's sensibilities. But it really rips apart or holds a mirror up to like the Mormon religion, and also, on the other side, Uganda and the stuff that was going on there. Do you think it's shocking? It goes too far, and do you think it has any morals?
I think the show itself has no morals in order to show the importance of morals. So it's like it flips everything on its head, and it's one of those plays where nobody's safe. So
what does it? Yeah, I agree with that. What do you mean by that? Nobody's safe.
So it's like the joke's on everybody. So it's not just isolating one person, because the joke, like say if there was a race joke or a religion joke or a sexuality joke, nobody's safe. So it almost for some people may think that every joke is acceptable because nobody's safe. Nobody's being discriminated against or isolated.
Well, I suppose everybody is, isn't it? So
exactly.
Yeah, so it levels the playing field a lot, doesn't it?
Exactly. Yeah, that's where I'm getting at.
What did it? It's very funny. I mean, it's kind of my sort of humor anyway, but it really made me laugh, and especially some of the songs. I mean, they really go for the cliches of the musical theatre, don't they? With the ballads and the certain songs, but they all have they're all very different to what you expect them to be. Would you agree with that?
Yeah. Yeah, I would 100% agree. And also, I thought what was really funny and interesting where they were poking fun at musical theatre is some of the songs were very familiar to some of them, like classical musical theatre.
Yeah.
When you think of musical theatre, you when you hear it, you go, I've heard this song before and I know what that is. And I don't want to make any spoilers for the songs that are in it, it's kind of like a Where's Wally of what musical theatre song is this
Yes,
based
yeah,
on.
absolutely.
And it goes back to that
Absolutely.
thing of nobody's safe. Everybody's being poked fun at, even to the point of like they're in a musical and they're poking fun at musical theatre.
Absolutely. So let's talk a little bit about the cast. All right, I'm just let's focus on the main three really, and then we can talk a bit about well, let's start with the chorus. I mean, I think the Mormons were just brilliant and funny, but I think also the Ugandans were great as well. What did you think about the supported actors and the chorus and all that kind of stuff?
I really enjoyed them. I thought everybody. I thought it was all brilliant. I really enjoyed. Was it the general?
Yes.
I think
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
general. I think he was probably my standout.
Right. Yeah.
Um,
He got better and better, didn't he? As he
he got
every
he got
time he
better
came
and
on.
better. At first, he stood out to me in the wrong way, but then I realised why he was standing out to me in the wrong way, because he was almost like redeeming himself throughout the play. It was like a part of his character, and it was really clever the way it works. And I think that was the most enjoyable experience for me. So he was my
Brilliant.
favourite, I think.
Yeah. I
But
think I
yeah,
think there were
overall,
three.
and some of the
Yeah, go
vocals
on.
as well of the ensemble were insane. Some of the female
Yeah,
vocals towards the end of the musical, towards the finale, incredible. Some of the best I've heard live, I
yes,
think.
yeah. No, you're right. Actually, there's some voices there. And let's talk about our main three. I thought Namalungi was good. She was very good. You know, she hit her mark and all that kind of stuff, but didn't fly off the page. But I thought that Blair Gibson, who plays Elder Price, and Connor Pearson, who plays Elder Cunningham, were both fantastic. Especially
Incredible.
yeah. Who was your favourite?
I think out of the two characters, my favourite was Elder Cunningham. But if I
Hmm.
was to pick which actor I thought was better, I think um Blair really hit the
Blair.
mark and was that character. And like I couldn't see anybody else in that part, because I just see him as that. After watching that, he just completely became it. And I did a little bit of research into him afterwards, and he doesn't compare. He's incredible. Even like to his posture, his the way he looks, just
Right.
everything, his sound, incredible. He is Elder
Oh,
Price,
that's
and it's amazing.
interesting. That is really interesting. Okay. All right. What about staging and special effects? It was. I mean, there was nothing too remarkable. It was, it's very like a traditional musical in lots of ways, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was very much like a traditional musical, except for I think when I can't think of the specific name of the song, but it was towards the end of the first half. They really kind of took the mick a bit again out of musical theatre, and they went
Yeah.
like mad with smoke machines and
Yeah.
fire for Elder Cunningham, and that really just made it laugh. And the fact that it was so stripped back the rest of the show and it was very basic made that moment a lot punchier. So I
Yeah.
enjoyed the fact it was stripped back, because
So that
I
was.
looked
I
forward
think
to
that was. Yeah. The elders. What was it? Blair Gibson's Elder Price's Hell Dream, wasn't it? Woman Hell Dream. Is that what you're thinking about?
No, it was when Elder Cunningham was he had to man up, and they just went
Right.
mad.
Yes. Yes.
They
Yeah.
did also go mad a little bit for the spooky Mormon Hell Dream, but there was all that bit when
Spooky
he
Woman
had
Hell
to
Dream.
man up, and then it just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
It was really funny.
Brilliant. Right. Was there anything that you didn't like?
Um, I don't think so. I mean, for me, I really enjoyed it the first time. For me, I think the sense of humor can wear a little thin after a while. Just you
Yeah.
start
I
to
mean,
expect it a little bit, but I would enjoy it the first time, but it would probably not be something I would go back for, because it would
yeah. I mean,
probably
it's
not
been
be
a
as
long
enjoyable.
time
It's a
since I
one-time
saw
watch.
it. It's a long time since I saw it, so I've forgotten a lot of it really.
Yeah,
But it did rattle along really quickly. I wasn't looking at my
it
watch,
did.
getting bored, and as my friend Vicky will know, that's something I do quite a bit. So that was good. So, what was your standout moment?
My standout moment was uh, although Elder Price's solo.
Mm,
I can't think that the vocals were incredible. Um, I am a Mormon. That one,
right, yeah,
uh, incredible. But my standout moment was spooky Hell
uh,
Dream.
yeah,
That
yeah.
was
You
just
said
so
that at the
funny,
end.
and it just kept getting bigger and
Bigger
bigger
and
and bigger
bigger.
and funnier
Yeah,
and bigger, and like more like
absolutely.
what on earth is going to come out next? And I just gave up. There was so much going on the stage. I was like, oh my god, I felt
Yeah,
like I was
yeah.
there, like just being
Yeah, no, it was.
exhausted.
It was great. It was great. All right, so I think let's take a break and then we'll come back and score it. All right, so okay, so we are into our section here, Pam, called Audience Antics. At this point, we kind of talk about something that may have happened around the show, but you or anything that else really stuck out. Now, there wasn't. Just to bring you up to speed, I've had people taking their shoes off next to me, or children going missing. It's all been very high drama in Audience Antics. But this really, what I want to talk about is we had pretty good seats, didn't we? We were like in the centre, in the stalls.
Yes.
Do you think it would have been the same experience if we were up in the gods, as they like to say?
I think it would have been. I think the show held its own, which is important.
Yeah.
It wasn't a show that you could have enjoyed it from wherever you were in the room. However, it obviously made it very special to us that we had such amazing seats, which was amazing. But I think it was definitely a standalone show that you could be anywhere. I mean, you could listen to the soundtrack and still get the jokes and enjoy it and have a good time listening to it. It's a really good. It's well written and it's very clever, very funny.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right. Right, so let's score it. So we're going to give these marks out of 10. So performances, I am going to give it an 8.
I would agree with an 8.
Okay. Narrative plot.
I would give the narrative plot a 7.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll go for a 7 as well. Stage of the technical gets a 7 from me. What about you?
A 6 from me.
All right. Originality gets a 9 from me.
Yeah, 9 for me as well.
Choreography, 7.
A 6 from me for the choreography.
And the music gets an 8 from me.
A 9 for me for the music.
And was it worth it? It gets a 9 from me.
Did you say no or a 9?
A 9. No from me.
Sorry.
A 9.
Yes, a 9 from me as well. It was definitely worth it.
Okay, so this is the point where I do my important maths to work out the score. So while I do this, please could you tell the listener what we're going to see next? And let me give you a clue. You're in it.
Yes, you are coming to see And Then There Were None, which is an Agatha Christie murder mystery that I am in. I am playing Vera Claythorne over in Tarvin. So Tuesday the 8th of October, running to Saturday the 12th of October, over in Tarvin with the Ashton Hayes Theatre Club, and they even have student discounts. So a great one, and it's with the Noda at the Tarvin.
But it sounds very much like they'll all be sold out anyway.
Yes, I mean we're getting very close, but I think they might add some more tickets as well on certain nights. And it's directed by Yvette Owen as well, who's done most of the ones that I've been in over the past few years, and she's very good.
Great, so looking forward to that, and we'll be doing a review here. And just because, disclaimer, you're my niece, that doesn't mean I'm not going to rip it apart if I don't like it.
I don't think anybody expected you not to rip it apart.
As long as I don't leave you the interval, which I'm sure I won't. All right, yeah. So I can now reveal the score. So, Book of Mormon gets a star rating of 3.9 stars. So nearly 4-star rating. That's pretty damn good. And that places it at the top of our leaderboard for this year. We've only seen a couple of things, but
oh wow.
Yeah, but that's pretty damn good. All right, well, have you had a nice time on the show?
I've had a lovely time. Thank you very much for having me again.
So good news is what we're also going to be doing is going through the back catalogue of National Theatre at Home to help sift through those shows that are already available online for those of you who can't be bothered to actually go to the theatre, which is kind of like me these days. No, it's not. But you're going to join me for some of them, aren't you, Pam?
I am, and my favourite version of Antigone is on there, so that's probably the one.
All right, I'll tell you what then. So what we're going to do, we're going to start with Antigone. Did you hear that, Pamela? It was a theatre bell, which means, unfortunately, we've run out of time. So the curtain's down, the theatre's dark, and that was 15-minute theatre. Good night.
Good night.
Excellent. Did you know it?
Is that good?
You were perfect. Really good. Very eloquent. Very good indeed. So yeah, brilliant work, Pam. Excellent work. That's it. So if I'm gonna end this, so it's it is a recording. I'll get it out and let you know. Are you subscribed?
I am indeed.
Great. Tell your friends as well, because yeah. So let's get your show out of the way first, and Hoy's. I might do a Hoy's review. Is that theatre? The Theatre of
Not
Horses.
really. It's a show. It's definitely a show.
Exactly. I might do a special, but we'll start doing it. And you can do it if you want. You can have Lewis coming along and stuff like that. It'd be great. And anything anything that you start going to see, you know, you can as long as you follow the rules of the script, you can do it. You can
yeah, well, I've got loads coming up because me and Lewis are going to go and see an Inspector Calls. I'm going to see 101 Dalmatians next week, and I'm going to see Dear Evan Hansen in November.
Well, I'll tell you what. Look, I'll send you the script, and you know, and I'll be around to family record it. But as long as you follow the format, which is pretty straightforward, really. Which I'd love you to get some more in. The more theatre we do, the better, because it used to have a massive following, and we haven't done any for ages. So it'd be great to do some more. All right.
Yeah. Well, do you upload them to Amazon Music or not really?
Yeah, they're all on there. They're all on there.
I can't find them on there, but I'm following it on Amazon Music. It just doesn't say there is any.
That's odd. I will check up on all of that. It's been a while, but certainly. Do you have Apple Podcasts?
No, I don't use Apple Podcasts.
All right, they should be on Amazon Music, but look, if not, I'll find them. I'll make sure they are. If not, it's fallen off. Right, do us a favour. Don't be horrible to your mum.
I'm not horrible to her.
You know, but you know what she's like. She panics and stresses about everything.
There's no.
So go and have it. I know, but go and have a nice evening. What are you doing tonight?
I think we're just eating tea, chilling.
Yeah, and what are you doing tomorrow?
I don't know.
I do. Woo! Have fun, and I'll see you soon. Yeah.
Adios,
amigo.
Adios.